Welcome everybody, how you doing? My name is Michael. Week 1 in the NFL is here. It actually already kicked off on Thursday with an absolute banger. I mean, incredible game. Well, unless you're a Texans fan, then sorry about that. You guys got kind of slapped. I'm hyped. You know, I love football, so NFL is like, it's my baby. You know, it's like a holiday. Week 1, first game. Honestly, every week, every game is like, what? This is my thing. Don't hit me up on a Sunday or Thursday night, Monday night. I heard Saturday games might be a thing this year. That's enough of that. We got a lot of things to kick off week 1. We got some new extension news. We got some interesting matchups, cool storylines all lined up. We're going to start off by introducing some extension news, especially if you're a fantasy owner, you're worrying about a holdout. You don't have to anymore for Dalvin Cook, who just got a 5-year, $63 million extension. He's happy. He's ready to work. He's going to ball out. Alvin Kamara, I drafted him, so, you know, I was tweaking. He just signed a 5-year, $75 million, more than Dalvin, but I think he's better, so I think that's a fair deal. And then Cooper Kupp, the Los Angeles Rams, just signed a 3-year, $48 million extension, so congrats to them. Good thing you got your bag. You deserved it. Good players. Now we're going to kick it off into some of my favorite storylines heading into this week. Really, it's just to do with quarterbacks in the quarterback-driven league. We got Mitch Trubisky, Baker Mayfield, Cam Newton, Tom Brady. The list could go on, but those are my big 4. Kicking it off with Mitch Trubisky. Well, I'm a Chicago native. This is a little emotional. I'm going to get a little emotional here, right? Talk about with my feelings, not my logic. Okay, or at least that's what analysts would say. Mitchell Trubisky, 2018, 12-4, goes off. Bears are in the playoffs, win the division. Get double doink, but you know, yeah, it's okay. Anyway, 2020's here. After 2019, where everything kind of shit the bed, everything fell out. My optimistic look at this is, well, Trubisky threw 70 touchdowns, 10 picks. The offense looked lost, garbage. Allen Robinson was the only person that decided to show up. Kudos to him. He should have been in the extension news, but that's none of my business. I'm not Ryan Pace. Everything went wrong. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong for the Bears in 2019. Akeem Hicks, a huge part of that defense, injured in week 4 against the Raiders, out for the season. Leonard Floyd just didn't perform as well as he did in 2018. In fact, I think 2018 was his most productive year, and he barely cracked, 7 sacks? Maybe not even that. So we got rid of him. Bring in Robert Quinn, who just dropped 11.5 in Dallas. Now he's got Khalil Mack on the other side, so you're looking at one-on-ones the entire time. Akeem Hicks is back in the middle. Unfortunately, Eddie Goldman opted out because of COVID. The defense, however, is looking stacked. As always, top 5 is probably the floor for this defense. Number 1 is the ceiling, because it really doesn't get higher than that, unless you're shooting for the 85 Bears. But hey, I'm not gonna go there. With that being said, Mitchell Trubisky in 2020, what does he need to do to prove that winning the job? And well, he won the job. He beat Nick Foles. That is what they're saying. It wasn't well, Mitch Trubisky was here, we're just going to give him another shot. It was like, no, he went out there, he won. Nothing but great ththings from his teammates. He said it best himself in an interview. He said, the time for talking is done. It's all about that action. Just watch. So I'm going to be watching. I bought my Mitchell Trubisky jersey 2018 before they played the Vikings on Sunday Night Football in Soldier Field. I went to the game. I bought the jersey before, and of course we won. So what I want is the best Bears team on the field at all times so we could get that damn chip. However, I do think Mitch Trubisky has the potential to be one of the greatest stories in NFL history, actually. I think this is his last dance, so to speak. I mean, this is it. This is it for him in Chicago. If he shits the bed, then it might be it for him in the NFL. So I think this is big, and I think, you know, pressure either bursts pipes or makes diamonds. So I'm looking at a diamond in the rough here. I'm looking at Trubisky really proving everybody wrong. I don't see a Blake Bortles. I don't see a Ryan Leaf or a Jamarcus Russell or whatever busts that kind of came through. I don't see that. I do see that there is something else there. Again, all emotion. So with that being said, if Mitchell Trubisky does what he needs to do, the Bears are looking at a division title and a playoff berth. And Mitchell Trubisky's looking at an extension. Enough with the emotion, though. Let's talk logic. Let's look at other matchups. Let's look at Baker Mayfield against the Ravens. This one's fun. This one I almost put money on. because of last year. Last year, the Browns were hyped, so it wasn't as big of a surprise. But they played the Ravens, if not week 1, in week 2. I actually can't remember exactly. I think it was week 1. The Ravens got fucking slapped. I mean, they just got waxed. It didn't look fair on the field. Honestly, I watched that game and I'm like, damn. Like, the Browns might actually be legit. And then, you realize Freddie Kitchen can't coach and he can't handle all those personalities, and he doesn't have the leadership qualities you need to be a head coach for that team with those personalities. The reason that game is interesting is because of Baker Mayfield's off year and going up against the Ravens defense. They lost Earl Thomas, but from what I've heard, that actually may have been an upgrade because the team feels more together now because he was bringing that bad energy, those bad vibes. Losing Earl Thomas, I don't know who his replacement is, but if they really wanted or needed one, they could go get HaHa off the free agency list. Then you got Calais Campbell, which is such a Ravens move. I mean, what else do they do besides adding like Hall of Fame players at the end of their careers and getting like another 1, 2, 3 good years out of them? Steve Smith, Shannon Sharp are just 2 names that instantly pop in your head. I don't see why Calais Campbell can't be another. But honestly, I don't think, as much as people are going to think that the Browns are going to get whacked, I don't think that's going to happen. I'm not saying they're going to win, but it's not going to be a blowout. I think that the Browns are going to come out and they're going to feed Nick Chubb, and they're just going to run it down the Ravens' throat and not give Lamar Jackson enough time with the ball. And they do have the potential to pull off a week 1 upset, if that's what you want to call it. Beating the MVP is not an easy thing to do, but the Browns have shown that they could do it last year. So I would keep an eye out on that. Baker Mayfield revenge tour. Humble, quiet, ready to work, ready to get dubs. Stay tuned. The other storyline that is super hype, if you're a Patriots fan or a Patriots hater, because who likes seeing a dynasty with people that, are so unenthusiastic as Bill Belichick, or just, on the line, no fun, all work. I get it. They always win and they always gloat and it's all business, and that's fine. Winning is the bottom line. But this year is different. This year, Bill Belichick may have cracked a smile or 2. Bill Belichick is praising Cam Newton like he's his goddamn son. Never did that to Tom Brady. But to Cam Newton, it's like his baby. This is the guy. I love this guy. I've never seen anybody work harder than Cam. Cam is the dude that's always here. He probably sleeps here. He probably sleeps in the locker room. Blah, 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 blah. I love Cam Newton. Awesome. Is that masking the fact that he actually sucks and you guys are going to shit the bed? Or is that saying like, look, Tom Brady, this guy's actually cool, and I want to give him love because I never gave you love, and I'm going to, it could be like that petty. I don't know. I'm not in the building. I don't know. However, I do know that Cam Newton is going to ball out this year. 2 reasons. His work ethic and the doubters. Cam Newton feeds on doubt. And he's still trying to fight off doubt from that Super Bowl performance. You might not say it, but when you don't dive on a fumble when the game's on the line, that lingers. That has to linger. Now he's stepping in Tom Brady's shoes, and I don't think the Patriots are going to miss the playoffs. I don't think they're winning the division because Buffalo's got something to say about it, but I don't think they're missing the playoffs. I think they're that 7th seed. Shout out to the NFL. We got an extra playoff team this year. That's dope. Going to add a lot more intrigue, in my opinion. Cam Newton against the Dolphins. The reason this game is highlighted for me is because last year the Patriots needed to beat the Dolphins week 17 to get a bye in order to advance to the divisional and not have to play a wild card game. Well, they lost that game to Miami, and they lost to the Titans in the playoffs in the wild card game. Bill Belichick, knowing Bill Belichick, has this marked. First of all, his assistant is the head coach in Miami, so he doesn't want, there's a reason they lost, because I think the assistant kind of knew what was coming because he's been in the building for a long time. But I don't think Belichick likes that. So I think they're going to ball out, and I think Cam's going to have a good game. And I'm really interested to see how his shoulder is. I mean, I want to see if he's got that zip. That's, and you could tell. You could tell on a out route. You could tell on a check down. I just want to see his arm. Very interested to just see Cam play. Not so much the rest of the Patriots team, because that lack of talent is kind of hard to watch. Sort of the eye, but I really want to see Cam's arm. Then the big one, the one that I'm sure everybody in the world wants to see, Tom Brady, the 6-time Super Bowl champion, the cheetah, the not cheetah. He's the GOAT. He's not the GOAT. Oh, all of this, and he's on a new team? What is he going to do with Belichick? Is Belichick going to be better? Can Tom Brady perform without Belichick? Was Tom Brady the key the whole time? Can Tom Brady still play? All these questions will be answered in less than 24 hours. You know why? Because they're playing the Saints. Huge divisional game. Saints are the class of division. Everybody's picking them, unless you're like really on the Buccaneers hype and you're like, yo, Tom Brady, Gronk, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, O.J. Howard, LaShawn McCoy, Leonard Fournette. Should I keep going? I think they could do something. So it's going to be a fun game to watch. I'm hyped. I think it's like America's game of the week on Fox Sports. So that's like 3:30 Central Time. Yeah. Something like that. Anyway, good game. It's going to be a good game to watch. I want to see if Tom Brady or Drew Brees lost anything. In my personal opinion, I think from watching both of those quarterbacks play last year, Tom Brady may have not played as well as Drew Brees, but Drew Brees' arm looked tired at the end of that season compared to Tom Brady's. I mean, I don't know if that was just fatigue from throwing the ball 50 times a game for whatever, 16 weeks. I don't know what it was, but I want to see who's if they both got it, if one's better off than the other. I don't know. Two aging quarterbacks that are pretty goddamn good with pretty goddamn good teams. I'm hyped. I want to see. That's it. I just want to see. I want to see. That's what we're going to do, right? We're going to watch that game. So, not only do I want to see Drew Brees, but I want to see it all. I can't wait. I'm hyped. Tomorrow, game day. Let's go. I hope you guys are as excited as I am.